So after you have installed A3 3D, you can bring it here. And I have added some of those functions to my toolbar. So I have them here. So I click on A3 3D and click on edit. Then I'm going to position it somewhere around here. So we have a lot of options. I'm not going to talk about all of those, but some of those that are important. Under the build, I'm going to disable the leaves, and I'm also going to disable the next level branches. For the branches level, I'm going to set this one to be 1. Okay, everything's fine. Now I'm going to drag this one down to just make those shorter. Let's first go to trunk and make it a lot shorter. Okay, so that should be fine. If you want, you could also paint the trunk, but that's fine for me. Then I'm gonna go to branches first and bring down the subdivisions to 0, and I'm gonna increase the multiplier to 2, the count to 16. So this should be fine. Then I'm gonna bring down the radius multiplier. Okay, great. Let's add a couple of points for the P point. Then I'm gonna paint. You may sometimes have to paint a couple of times to just get it right. Okay, so this should be fine. I may also still increase the count to 20. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Okay, now under the preview, I could click on some of those so I can see them here in the viewport. Okay, that is fine. Now I'm gonna bring down the minimum radius to 0.05. Okay, probably bring down the count back to 16. Now I'm gonna click on build tree. Okay, let's close this one, select this one and go modify A3. I'm gonna increase the radius multiplier to 0.5. Okay, so apparently it crashed max, so I'm gonna bring it up again and bring it to that level that we talked about, and then we'll continue from that. Okay, so I tried to make it as similar as possible to what we did before. So here's the result, and next I have to click on rebuild the tree. But before that, I'm gonna disable the build trunk. So let's go rebuild tree. Okay, now I'm gonna bring it here. Let's bring it up and just put it here. So this should be fine. In fact, I'm gonna go modify again, and this time I'm gonna save it as, let's go, I don't know, let's go plant and just save it. Okay, now go rebuild tree. Great. Now I'm gonna go to modify panel and add a editable poly on top. Then go to edge selection mode and select some of these edges. In fact, I'm gonna select this one on top, and let's go select this one. So we have two faces between selections. I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest of those. Okay, so what you want to do is to select the outermost edge or loop from the top of the object or each element, and also the loop on the other side. So I'm going to select this one, and I'll be pausing the video while I'm going to select the other loops. Okay, so they're all selected. Now I'm going to add a push modifier on top and add a negative push value. Okay, so this should be fine. Now let's add a turbo smooth or mesh smooth on top. So this looks pretty good. If you want, you could add a shell modifier on top if you want to thicken the plant, but I guess this is fine. Okay. Now if you want to make another one, you could easily go to H3 3D and select our preset from the load, and I'm going to select this one. Now I can easily go build tree or go to edit and position the tree. So I select build tree and click here. You can see that our tree is generated here. And if you want, you could scale it up. So this is the same tree, with the same settings. You can change any of those settings if you want. You could go to modify a tree. And the very great thing about this is that I can still select this one. And even though I have added a lot of things on top of that, and I could even change the name, and still if I go to modify a tree, you can see that this one goes back to its original position, and I can make any other adjustment that I want, and all of those modifiers on top will still be affecting the object. So as long as you do not change the topology of the object, all of those will be effective. So you don't have to redo all of those. And to get out of this mode, you could go to rebuild the tree. Okay, I'm sorry again. As I hit the rebuild the tree, it again crashes max. So I guess what I'm gonna do is to build those two trees or those two plants again, and I will be saving the scene and will continue in the next lesson.